Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to our Bible verse vlog series. Today, we're diving into the book of Psalms, chapter 85 verses 1 to 12, in the King James Version. Psalm 85 1 to 12 is a timeless story that reminds us of the importance of seeking God's guidance and wisdom. It's a call to action, urging us to return to the Lord with all our hearts and to trust in His unfailing love. Verses 1 to 3, remembering God's past favor. Verse 1 acknowledges God's past favor upon the land and His restoration of Jacob Israel from captivity, likely referring to the return from Babylonian exile. Verse 2 celebrates God's forgiveness of the people's iniquity and the covering of their sins, a central theme in the psalm. Verse 3 highlights God's removal of wrath and anger from His people, indicating a change from a state of judgment to favor. Verses 4 to 7, a plea for present restoration. Verse 4 asks God to turn the people back to Him, acknowledging their current state of distance from God. Verse 5 questions if God's anger will continue indefinitely, seeking reassurance of His renewed favor. Verse 6 implores God to revive them so that they may rejoice in Him, highlighting a need for spiritual renewal. Verse 7 a plea for God's mercy and salvation, recognizing their dependence on His grace. Verses 8 to 13, hope in God's future blessings. Verse 8, the psalmist expresses a willingness to listen to God's message of peace for His people, indicating a hopeful expectation of God's response. Verse 9 declares that God's salvation is near to those who fear Him, and that God's glory may dwell in their land, emphasizing God's presence and blessings for those who honor Him. Verse 10, a powerful statement that mercy and truth have met, and righteousness and peace have kissed each other, signifying reconciliation between God and His people, and the harmonious convergence of divine attributes. Verse 11 depicts truth springing from the earth and righteousness looking down from heaven, symbolizing a time of renewal and a divine response to humanity. Verse 12 expresses confidence that the Lord will give what is good, and the land will yield its increase, highlighting God's provision and blessing. Verse 13 states that righteousness will go before God and make His footsteps a way, underscoring righteousness's role in paving the path for God's favor and presence. Psalm 85 is a prayer for national restoration and revival. It acknowledges past sins and God's past mercy and forgiveness. The psalm then pleads for God's continued favor, restoration, and a complete end to His anger. Finally, the psalm expresses strong hope and confidence in God's future blessings, highlighting themes of peace, reconciliation, provision, and the convergence of divine attributes. So, let's dive in and discover the richness of this timeless story together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring Bible verse vlogs. Thank you for joining us, and remember, God's love is always there for you.